Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And I'm here with the wonderful, amazing Lori La Bey from Alzheimer's Speaks. And Lori, you have been such a joy. I always love doing the show with you because we are so simpatico on how we feel, what we think, and we lead with our hearts. And I think sometimes that's harder, but it's certainly something that helps us to, I think, understand a little more about what's happening out there in the world. And I know you talk to a million families. You do a lot of things, but we've spent time brainstorming. How can we help? And you are the hero. And I have to tell all of our listeners that Lori is doing an amazing thing this holiday season. And I'm very excited to have her share with you what she's got for our listeners in the month of December.
Well, myself and Suzanne and Senior Resource Network are collaborating together here. Mm-hmm. And we are going to do holiday tips for gifts. And it's for the senior and as well as the care partner. Mm-hmm. And when you help one, you help the other automatically. And
absolutely.
People don't understand that. And so I'm not quite sure how many episodes we're going to do yet. I'm still kind of making them up as we go here. But we're going to roughly kind of package them. So like the very first one that's going to be going out will be on print items, because a lot of people love to read, but they don't know, what do you get for older eyes or people who might be having cognition problems. And so I'll give you an example of magazine and a book and different things there that can really help. And how you can use them too, because a book isn't always just to read by an
individual. You can learn these tips from Lori. How you go on to Senior Resource Network's YouTube page. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. Those will be coming out probably next week, actually. And we're really excited about that. We're also going to do one on what doesn't cost you any money, because a lot of us are tight. Inflation is high and Christmas always gets our budgets going as it is. So we've got a lot of ideas on what doesn't cost you money. And then we've got one on supportive tech that can help you in terms of communication and engagement and safety, all types of things like that. We're doing another one that will be on what might cost you a little money and a little time, but isn't going to break the bank on you at all. And it'll just, I think they'll be really helpful for people, because
absolutely.
I know, even with my mom, and I knew her well, I was a primary caregiver, I always struggled what to get her. And I would always kind of fall back on clothes that she didn't always need. But we would get another special outfit. And as she aged and as she declined, she didn't go out as much or get as dressed up as much. And her cologne, those were the clothes and the cologne, those were kind of the two mainstays. But there's things like music and coloring and painting nails and going on certain outings or coordinating who's coming in. There's so many things that can lift them up even when we're not there. I was talking with a gal the other day, and she has a company where you can have her build a book for you and it's called an About Me book, I think. And got another one that's like family history. And all you have to do is go through all of your photos. And for me, I mean, that's overwhelming. I've got a big, huge bin of them. Pick out your favorite 100. And then if you know the names or any dates, give that to her. And she arranges it, puts it all together.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
It's very very cool. And she said, one of the women was on, and she gave her mom a book, and she said, this is my mom's book. And she's like, it's all kind of dog-eared. She's like, I've been trying to flatten it for days because she would just carry it with her. It was just full of her life. And a lot of times we don't have time to do that, or we don't know how to do that, or you can go through one of these book companies, but if they don't understand the intent of the legacy piece behind it, which this woman does, it makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah. And I think what I'm going to probably close out the show with is take a moment and take interest. I think a lot of us get so wrapped up in our own lives, we don't think about what's important. What are the most important values to those that are caring for my loved one, as well as those we care for? It's probably not your thing. There's a lot of things that may not be your thing, but I do think if you learn to take interest in why they believe the way they do, what you can find middle ground. It's about coming together. It's about finding that center place, whatever that might be. And certainly there's a lot in this country that divides us. I think the holiday season is something to remember, that this is not for those divisive things. This is to find ways to come together. And that's the piece, to understand that there's a compartment that we can all come out there. I know Rumi, the philosopher, says, beyond all fields of right and wrong, there is a field in the center, and I'll meet you there. That's the point in the idea of the holiday season. And that's what I hope that all of us, the message I think that Lori and I are sharing today, that we hope each and every one of you, if you have a caregiver or have someone that you love that may be living, near you, or someone, just a neighbor, someone down the way, find a way to be loving, find a way to connect. And I think that's the most important thing. What do you think, Lori?
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you mentioned the neighbor thing, because so many of us don't know our neighbors anymore.
Right.
But we see them struggling, trying to shovel or do different things. And that's our hint. That's our clue. Take that in. It could just be running over with a Christmas card and saying,
yes.
It could be something as simple as that, just to get.
If you see a job, it's yours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lori, it's been so great having you on the show again this week. And for those of our listeners, have a wonderful holiday week as we build up to the holiday season. And Lori, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Happy holiday season to everyone.
We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.